r/askreddit, NSFW, what's the best thing that happened to you in Truth or Dare? In high school, I was dared to play gay chicken, which is where two straight guys pretend to be gay, and the first one to chicken out loses. The other guy and I are both really stubborn, and neither one of us wanted to lose. We've been married 14 years and we run a bed and breakfast in Vermont with our adopted daughter. If that dude doesn't chicken out soon, I'm going to start to suspect that he's actually gay. Edit. Wow, so I posted this on my lunch break and didn't expect it to blow up. But for people lurking through my post history, you're right, this story isn't fully true. I thought I'd post a joke for a couple of laughs and a handful of upvotes. I did get dared to play gay chicken in high school, and both of us realized that neither one wanted to stop, which turned into a 3-year relationship that ended when we went separate ways after high school. I ended up marrying a woman and we recently moved to Vermont with our biological children. She runs the B&B while I'm at the office. If things had gone just a little differently in my life, it would have ended up just like my original post. I should have just posted the real story, and I'm sorry if the truth is disappointing to anyone. My high school boyfriend and I actually broke up in large part because of all the overt hatred and ostracism we received from our community. Back then, I never would have dreamed of 30,000 people supporting us. Thank you for your kindness. Not the answer we expected, but the answer we needed. How many times you say no homo in a day? In 8th grade I was dared to show this girl my dick. We went to a bathroom. I was 13 and horny so I had a hard on. I pointed it down and she didn't know the difference. She told her friends later and I kinda got a reputation of having a big dick even though I'm completely average. We take those. Big win fam. This is a risky situation. A guy I knew nicknamed Big Bird did this around the same age but after everyone called him Little Bird. Always felt like it was fucked up. I got to see my friend's sister's boobs and watch him lick an electric fence all in the same day. I am so glad you said electric fence. What are you doing step bro intensifies. We dared this girl to give a friend of mine a lap dance using the first song that came up when he shuffled his entire song library. Seems pretty normal until she had to give a 3-minute lap dance to Cats in the Cradle. I'm gonna be like you, dad. Was dared to catch a frisbee in my teeth from across the yard. So, walked outside and across the yard. Girl wound up, threw the frisbee, figured this ought to be funny when it bounces off my face. And as a total fucking fluke, actually caught it in my teeth. Similar story. I was the annoying kid in 6th grade and my friends bullied me. Once some kid was talking shit so we started arguing. Then he threw a grape at me. I caught that shit in my teeth without breaking eye contact. I have never been so powerful. Shari was dared to spend 10 minutes in a dark room, nearby Den, with the guy of her choice. She chose me. Turned out to be a setup. Her best friend knew that Shari had a crush on me and made this happen. Anyway, it was the hottest, fastest makeout session to date for me. We were both naked above the waist and she had her hand in my zipper. At 10 minutes there was an unwelcome knock on the door. How were Shari's berries? Get Shari's number bruh. I wasn't even playing and someone dared a girl I like to kiss me. That someone became a very good friend. This happened to me. Only she begged for another dare and got mad when they wouldn't give her one. Instead she kissed my cheek and said that's all you're getting. My buddy dared me to lick chocolate syrup off his girlfriend's nipples. A swinger today then? Crush sat on my lap the rest of the game. My lil soldier had a hard time staying focused. Good times though. Best and worst feeling ever. My lil soldier had a hard time staying focused. Comma. The little sister, well, only a couple of years younger, of my shyest friend had a thing about sitting on every male lap she could find when we crashed on her house. Those two were like night and day. I got a motorboat to girls' tits. It was in a hotel during a school sport trip. My best friend knew I liked her and did me a solid. Best wingman ever. Because that's what heroes do. Not much, but a friend of mine earned the nickname Big Dick Chris or BDC for short after a game. For short. It wasn't that big, it was just hard and he pointed it down. I got to grab a girl's boob. Under the shirt. I was 16 and it was awesome. Was it like a bag of sand? Bobs. I found out who took my calculator. Oh man. I wish I knew who stole my TI-83 Plus from back in the day. It was purple. I got it from eBay. Someone took it from my locker. Edit. This is the most karma I've ever gotten on a post. Maybe my loss was worth the pain. Got dared to ignore getting tits rubbed in my face for a minute. A boy can poker face like a champion. Best minute of my teenage life. Edit. To clear a couple of things up. It was a woman rubbing her boobs in my face and they weren't clothes. Can I learn this power? After reading all of this I've decided fuck Tinder meet me, I'm going to make a truth or dare app. This sounds like a movie that would involve a live stream and lots of money. So not best, but a truth or dare story nonetheless. 5th grade. Crush gets dared to kiss me. Crush looks at me and goes, "You were gross." He's fat and that was that. Capital F. Wasn't me, but a girl was dared to mirror what I do, so I made her hug a guy I knew liked her. Edit. For all the people saying I should have blown him, she only mirrored what I did, so I would have had to have given the air one top tier blow job. Epic bro move. Should have taken one for the team and let him fuck your ass. I won $20 by doing a dare in which I ran outside in my underwear when it was sleeting outside. $20 is $20. I've done far more for far less. I dared a girl I was hot for to give me a big fat kiss. Our 14th wedding anniversary was last week. D. Congratulations man. D. Nothing can top this. Found out a girl had a crush on me. Unfortunately it was the girl I hate. That's fucking sad. I got to watch my friend lick the floor for 10 seconds. Keep going, I'm close. Made out with this chick I had a crush on. Turns out she had a boyfriend. He beat the shit out of me. Edit, uncensored. Yikes. I got to hug a girl. See you later virgins. Whoa, calm down there mate. Got to see a hot girl's tit imprints in the snow. Not too impressive I know, but teenage me had that picture engraved in my head for a while lol. I'm not a girl but I think that would hurt like a bitch. In the 7th or 8th grade, I was going back and forth with my friend with a bunch of risque dares. Flash your boobs, show her my dick, make out with each other, dry hump, etc. I eventually just went for it and dared her to blow me and she did it. I remember being so hard that I barely even felt anything, initially. As a parent, this thread has not been a fun read. A guy told me I was beautiful and that he was too shy to always tell me that cause he thought I was way out of his league. Are you? Made out with, and low-key felt up, my older next door neighbor. Had a crush on her for a while before then, so it's a very fond memory. And low-key felt up, my older. Whoa. I'm gonna have to stop you right next door neighbor. Well, carry on, then. I was at work, high school job at a department store, and the 4 of us in my department were playing truth or dare, mostly dumb work stuff like go mix up those shirts. Someone dared the girl who had a rep as being experienced, who was a couple years older than me, to give me a blowjob. She told me to take break with her. I played along. We went to her car. She actually blew me in the store parking lot. Sounds like a solid win to me. Girl got dared to spin the bottle and give a blowjob to whoever it lands on right in front of everybody. The bottle didn't point at me, but I had a nice view right next to the girl it did land on. Apparently, she had experience dining at the Y. The Imca? One time I got dared into playing spin the bottle with my crush at the time. The best part? It was my best friend who made the dare, and it was only me and crush playing. What a wingman. I was allowed to join the game. Group us were in these tunnels that we like to hang out in and our friend was dared to give me a blowjob. Which she actually did. Best 10 seconds I ever had down there. Ended up dating on and off for the next 2 years or so. Apparently I played some lame-ass versions of Truth or Dare. Hold up. You bust a nut in 10 seconds or it was just a 10-second BJ? Was sitting outside at a college campus and was dared to yell I love you to the next person I saw. I did and this dude yells it back and keeps walking. We go back and forth getting louder and louder as he walks off. Best reaction ever. Sounds about right for college. Fucked a bush. George or Jeb. Saw boobs. 10/10 would see again. But 0/10 will. Someone dared me to kiss a lady that I happened to have a thing for anyway. It was a very long time before we stopped kissing. Dated her for 3 years. Great lady, always a little sad it didn't work out. Lady as in you were all 40? I'm reading all these comments and damn I got dared to go home. Saddest fucking post I've ever read on this site. I went to an acquaintance's birthday. We spoke maybe 10 times prior. After a while she was down to just her bra and panties. That's when she was dared to seduce me. Well, she was kind of awkward, so her version of seduction was just to tackle me while we were both near naked. That was a great night and we're celebrating our first year of marriage next weekend. Might have been a weird way to seduce you, but it worked. I never got to play truth or dare, but I did play duck duck goose. It was not fun sitting there the whole time. Duck. Man, when I went to school I saw a guy get to suck a girl's tit in TD. I'm still pissed to this day it wasn't me. You're pissed it wasn't your tit? Your tits must be awesome. The best thing was getting my lap sat on by my crush and a kiss on the cheek from her. I remember my first lap sat. It was a great time. Kissed the girl that would later become my first ever girlfriend, but is now my ex. It was a good 2 years though. Wish I got asked to play this enough to have one of these stories. I dare you to delete your account. I was a late bloomer in HS. By the time I realized I may be attractive to anyone it was over. Our senior year party for an art magnet school, we played this. A girl I had a fairly solid crush on, popular, cheerleader, a good friend, was asked who she had fantasized about, and I was the answer. It was a horribly awkward silly lunch date. Built my confidence a lot heading into college. A silly story, but it was a good one. Hijacking to share my worst. When I was in high school, we played Truth or Dare Jenga. I was the first to get a dare piece and I did the dare. I had to blow in some guy's ear. Fine. A little embarrassing, but that's what you do. The next time a dare came up, the person refused to do it. Everyone was like okay, the next few people also refused to do their dares. I was like WTF. One girl said nobody actually does the dares with a withering tone that might as well have said you idiot. But fuck those guys. Those guys were weak. At least you did it despite the embarrassment. What's the point of calling it truth or dare if that's the case? That's whack ASF. Dares are what makes that game fun in the first place. I'm way late, but the first day I met my wife we played a game of truth or dare. She asked me truth, what kind of clothes on a girl do you like? Then the next day she showed up to my house in those clothes. In 8th grade I got my friend to dare me and my crush to kiss. We did. My friend was the best wingman lol. I was about 12 at a friend's sleepover. I was dared to go home by a kid who didn't like me too much. I walked the 2 miles home and as I came to my driveway my older brother had just pulled in. He had 3 baby raccoons with him because he had hit their mother while delivering pizza. I got to spend the rest of the night with him. 3 raccoons and a cheese and pepperoni pizza watching Nightmare on Elm Street. So what happened to the raccoons? Can't leave us hanging like that. I once dared a friend to order me a pizza, so that was pretty good. I made my friend's boyfriend make out with a 4-foot tall nutcracker. That's the best I got. Talk about a ball buster. I chose truth every time because I was super boring and had nothing to hide. I got made fun of that weekend, but Monday morning the nasty wannabe popular bitch went around spreading everyone's secrets and the ridiculous dares they did. Everyone except me. Boring for the win. Cute girl pulled her pants down and full on sat on my face for a solid minute. Me and my friend were at a friend's house and they dared me to go to her room and bust a nut in her panties while she watched. Well, I cannot complain, those panties were hella soft. How did she react? Sex house. I am now a respectable employee at a respectable IT firm that would be thoroughly appalled at my past. But when I was at university, there was a house a couple of streets down that was essentially orgy central, and it all started with a game of truth or dare. How the hell does a game of truth or dare create a sex house? I kissed a girl. And I liked it. So I did it again. Broke the ice with my current fiance playing it. One of the coolest nights of my life. Truth. What's the most interesting place you've had sex? I've never had sex not in a bed. Oh, do I have a 2001 Grand Am backseat for you? I had a 2001 Grand Am backseat for her. A girl, I didn't have a crush on her, but she was nice, flashed me, she also let me fondle her boobies. I know it's lame considering some of the responses here, but that's what I got. Don't say it's lame. There are people who aren't either attractive, interesting nor social enough to have ever interacted with people of the opposite gender or even gone to a party. Totally not speaking from personal experience though. I got to watch my middle school friend, it was winter, go down to the yard, strip to boxers and run a lap around the yard. Needless to say we were all impressed and hysterically laughing. He did this in the middle of class BTW. Did anyone remember to unlock the door to let him back in? It's surprisingly easy to forget that kind of thing. I played Truth or Dare in a pub in my hometown. It was pretty normal for me and my friends and their friends to play that there because none of us were afraid to do anything except getting naked or something like that. I got to dare to kiss a girl to my right, decided not to do so even though she was up for that. But later that evening I saw her with her boyfriend. I am relieved that I decided to dodge a bullet there. So my hair is pretty long. My friends used me as a mop to clean the wet floor. It was a fun idea. Wasn't fun but remembering it is ahaha. My then girlfriend dared our friend to do some sex stuff with me. I ended up leaving then GF for that girl. Me and that girl have now been together for 8 years, married for 3, have a beautiful daughter and hopefully another on the way soon. Best Truth or Dare game ever. Damn, I feel bad for X. Got to finally kiss a girl I really liked. I got to touch someone. Slow down you pervert. This wasn't during a game, but I dared a friend to submit an application to a job she was scared of applying for because she felt she was underqualified. She ended up getting it and was really happy I gave her the push to get her to do it. Even though the thing didn't happen to me, it was still a nice feeling having something good happen to someone because you dared them. Till Truth or Dare is a sexual game. NSFW, nothing interested ever happened to me. Nothing like reading people's experiences about Truth or Dare to remind me of how much of a virgin I truly am. My 2 straight male friends got in their underwear and scissored each other while singing Fancy Living. Here we come from SpongeBob. Narrator, they didn't come. I saw, and later sucked on, my first pair of breasts as a teenager. We were all 17, and horny as hell. She had D cups. To say that her tits were awesome would be an understatement. Yes, it was worth it. Edited for clarity and better wording. I kissed the most beautiful Cuban woman that I have ever seen. I got a blowjob from a girl up the street once. All the other times ended up with me jumping off a hotel into the pool or some stupid like that. But nothing good has ever happened playing this game. One time it ended with me licking a toilet seat. I idling hated it. Not me, but I was at the circle doing it. One of the really hot girls there was dared to, without her hands, take the Invisalign out of the guy's mouth sitting next to and have it in the entire night. Everyone went quiet and looked at her. Without hesitation grabs the guy and with her tongue takes it out of his mouth and into hers. She was supposed to keep it in the rest of the night, but it didn't fit her properly and she only had it for about 30 minutes. Most ballsy thing I've ever seen someone do. Got to make out with a girl I was crushing on. I was 16 and my group of friends were sitting in a sauna. Everyone was covered up by a towel when one of the girls said we should play Truth or Dare. I got dared to show my dick to one of the girls, so we went out to the changing room showers that is attached to the sauna and I showed her my dick and she gave me my first hand job, and later that night we had sex. Ended up together for about 6 years before I found out she had been cheating on me like a lot. I thought these stories just happened in movies. I was 17 and it was the first time I had sex with another girl. It was just like in the magazines. We were having a sleepover, just the 2 of us, and our dares got racier and racier.